I'm 73 years old, and I'm about to tell you something that might upset you. Everything you think you know about getting older is completely wrong. And the worst part is, the people who should be telling you this, your parents, your teachers, society, they're either lying to you or they don't know themselves. I spent the first 50 years of my life believing the same lies you probably believe right now. I thought I had it all figured out. I had the career, the house, the respect of my peers. But at 52, something happened that shattered everything I thought I knew. And what I discovered in the 21 years since then completely changed how I see life, death, and everything in between. Before I tell you what happened, you need to understand why I'm sharing this. I'm not doing this to impress you or to sound wise. I'm doing this because I'm running out of time, and there are things you need to hear before it's too late. Not for me, for you. At 52, I had what doctors call a cardiac event. That's a polite way of saying my heart tried to kill me. I was sitting in a meeting, discussing quarterly projections, when the room started spinning. The next thing I remember is waking up in a hospital bed, tubes in my arms, my wife crying in the corner. The doctor said I was lucky. Lucky. I had just come face to face with my own mortality, and they called it luck. But they were right. Because lying in that hospital bed with nothing to do but think, I realized something terrifying. I had been living my entire life on autopilot. I wasn't really alive. I was just going through the motions, checking boxes, trying to meet everyone else's expectations. And here's the part that still haunts me. If I had died that day, what would I have left behind? A nice house, a retirement account, a list of achievements that nobody would remember in 5 years. Let me tell you the biggest lie you're probably telling yourself right now. I have time. I'll do it later. When I'm older, I'll finally live the life I want. I see people in their 20s, 30s, even 40s saying the same thing. When I make more money, then I'll be happy. When I get that promotion, then I'll relax. When the kids are grown, then I'll travel. When I retire, then I'll finally do what I love. Let me save you 50 years of regret with one simple truth. That day never comes. The goalposts keep moving. You get the promotion, and suddenly you need the next one. You make more money, and suddenly you need more money. You're always chasing something just out of reach. And before you know it, you're 70 years old wondering where your life went. I lived this. I spent 30 years climbing a ladder only to realize at the top that it was leaning against the wrong wall. And you can't climb back down and start over. Time doesn't work that way. Here's something nobody tells you when you're young. Success is a terrible goal. And I say that as someone who achieved everything he set out to achieve. I made partner. I bought the house. I earned respect. And none of it mattered. You achieve your goal, and for about 48 hours you feel incredible. Then the feeling fades. You're back to normal, chasing the next achievement. It's a hamster wheel. A friend of mine died 3 years ago at 68. He worked 70-hour weeks his entire life. Built a multi-million-dollar business. Never took a real vacation. Always said he'd slow down next year. Next year came, and he had a stroke. At his funeral, his son said, "My father was a successful man, but I barely knew him." Is that the legacy you want? Your biggest regrets won't be about the things you did wrong. They'll be about the things you never did at all. I don't lie awake thinking about failed business deals. I think about the trip to Japan I never took. The relationship with my brother I let fall apart. The book I always wanted to write but never started. The evenings I missed with my kids because I was working late. Those are the things that stay with you. The missed chances. The words you didn't say. The love you didn't show. The risks you didn't take because you were afraid. You think you have unlimited time with the people you love. You don't. One day, that time runs out. My father died when I was 45. We had a complicated relationship. I kept telling myself we'd talk things through when I was less busy. That moment never came. One heart attack, gone within hours. My biggest regret isn't the arguments we had. It's all the Sundays I didn't call. All the dinners I skipped. All the small moments I assumed would always be there. After my heart attack, I changed my life. I stepped back from work. I started saying no to things that didn't matter. I started saying yes to things I had postponed for decades. In the last 21 years, I've learned more about life than I did in the first 52. What truly matters is embarrassingly simple. Time with people you love. Work that feels meaningful. Experiences, not possessions. Memories, not trophies. Being present. I know how this sounds. When I was younger, I would have rolled my eyes. That's easy to say. I have responsibilities. And yes, you do. I'm not telling you to abandon your life. I'm telling you not to sacrifice what matters most for things that don't. Ask yourself this, honestly. If you died tomorrow, would you be satisfied with the life you've lived so far? Not impressed. Not admired. Satisfied. If the answer is no, what are you waiting for? I'm 73 now. I wake up every morning aware that I'm on borrowed time. We all are. Most people just don't realize it yet. They think they're invincible. They think they have forever. You don't. I have grandchildren. When I look at them, I see the same patterns I see everywhere. Stress. Anxiety. Chasing things that won't make them happy. Making the same mistakes I made. I try to tell them what I've learned, but they can't really hear it yet. Not because they're careless, but because they're in the middle of the storm. That's why I'm sharing this here, through Voices of Elders. Because maybe someone will listen. Maybe someone will choose differently. Maybe someone will avoid the regrets that follow people like me every day. You are getting closer to death. That's not meant to scare you. It's meant to wake you up. Your parents are aging. Your friends won't be around forever. Neither will you. So what are you going to do? Keep postponing that call. Keep delaying that trip. Keep telling yourself you'll start living later. If I could speak to my 30-year-old self, I'd say this. Stop trying to impress people who don't matter. Stop sacrificing your health for your career. Stop delaying joy. Call your parents more often. Take the trips you dream about. Do the things that scare you. Say no to what drains you. Say yes to what fills you. Most importantly, start now. Not next year. Not after the next milestone. Now. Because the perfect time never comes. Life is always messy. If you wait for the right moment, you'll wait your whole life. I may have 10 years left. Maybe 15 if I'm lucky. And I'm at peace with that, because these last years have been the richest of my life. Not because of money. Because I finally started living intentionally. Loving openly. Forgiving freely. Being present. I'm happier at 73 with less time ahead than I was at 30 when I thought I had all the time in the world. That's the irony. When you realize time is limited, you stop wasting it. You have a choice today. Keep living on autopilot, or wake up and live like your time matters. Because it does. Don't waste 52 years learning this lesson. Learn from mine. Stop waiting for someday. Someday is today. It always has been. If this message resonated with you, share it. Leave a comment. Tell us what you're going to do differently. This is Voices of Elders. And the clock is ticking. What are you going to do with your time?